Wireless charging has been around for a while. In fact, we've had wireless charging pads since about 2011. But it wasn't until about 2015 when Samsung launched the Galaxy S6 and the S6 Edge that the wireless charging was fully integrated into a smartphone. And then Apple finally decided to integrate this year with the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 10 having the wireless charging capabilities. But we're not going to focus on who did it first or who does it better. Today we're going to focus on the application of the wireless charger, specifically with the auto industry. In recent years, there have been an increased number of auto manufacturers who are integrating those wireless charging pads into the center consoles of their vehicles. Now this is a great feature, because with the increased number of phones that are coming out with the wireless technology, there's also an increased number of vehicles that can support that wireless technology. But what happens if you have a new phone with wireless technology, but an old car that doesn't have the wireless technology? Well, I ran into that same issue. My 2009 Tacoma doesn't have the wireless charging pad. The new ones do, but my 2009 doesn't. But that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you guys how you can integrate a wireless charger into a vehicle that didn't come standard with the wireless charging capabilities. Let's go. So the wireless charger that we're going to be using is this one by Toyota, and it actually can put out up to 10 watts. So hopefully that will be enough to do the 7.5 watt charging for the iPhone 10. Now to separate this, there's just 3 screws underneath this foam right here. There's one there, one on this side, right there, and then one more down at the bottom. That's right there. And I've already taken these out. And once you've taken those screws out, this will just separate. So it normally looks like this. You have this pad that just kind of cushions the back of the circuit board. And then you have 4 clips on each one of these edges here that hold that circuit board down. But when you pop them off, then you can actually take the circuit board off and you can see the wireless charging coils. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this pad and I'm going to put it on the inside of this part right here. And then I'm going to take this, and instead of having it go in this way, I'm going to flip it around backwards. And I'm going to have it sit in like that. And then I'm going to put this side directly up against the plastic of the center console. And then I'll use some mounts to mount the rest of it on there and hold it in place. On the center console, if you flip it around, you can see on the back side, you have these different grooves. I'm going to put that wireless charging pad just right dead center in the middle. So what I need to do is get a razor blade and shave this ridge down. That way it's as flush as possible with the plastic. And then I'll find a way to mount that up and keep that wireless charging pad just stuck right there. And that way, every time I set my phone down inside the center console right here, it'll pick up that wireless charging signal and it'll start charging. So this wireless charger will fit a lot better between the grooves of the center console if I can cut down this line and down this line on each side of the wireless charger. So I'm gonna do that and then we'll see how it fits. Once that center ridge is shaved down, you're just gonna position the charger to where it's about center in the center console. And one of the important parts about these wireless chargers is the closer they are to the phone, the better charge the phone is gonna get. So I don't wanna have anything between the coils and the plastic. I'm gonna have that just sit flush right there. And then what I'm gonna use is just some double-sided tape, and I'm going to tape across this edge right here, and that should hold it in place. This doesn't really weigh very much, and so I think that double-sided tape will be enough, especially where this is inside the cab of the truck. There's not any dirt or rain or any of the elements getting to it, so I'm going to put that double-sided tape, just stick it across there. Probably do 2 of them. So that's how the charger is going to sit in there, and then I did just barely test it, and when you put the phone on the inside of that, it does pick it up, picks it up with the case and without the case. I honestly think that these are going to be just fine, just because, I mean, it doesn't weigh very much and it's going to be sitting inside the truck, inside the center console area. But if it ever did come up, or if you wanted to do something that was a little bit sturdier, what I would probably do next is get some metal brackets and just kind of run those across this section and then just epoxy them on here, or, you know, screw them into one of these ridges here or something like that, and that would probably keep it a little bit more secure. But I think this double-sided tape is going to be plenty strong. The circuit that I tapped into was the accessory circuit. So that only turns on, that turns the radio on and different things like that, but that will not stay on if the key is off or out. So I tapped into that one, that way it's not constantly drawing power. And when you install the ADA circuit, you use the same fuse for that first one, and then this is for our second circuit. I just put in a 10 amp fuse right there. And then that's gonna go back into the same spot for the accessory. I did have to add in some extra wire just to make it reach all the way over to the center area. So what I did is I soldered that on, used some heat shrink, and extended that wire out. You can see right in there, that's where I've got the add circuit. And then that line, I ran that underneath the dash. So that's gonna go right along this area right here. You can see that power wire right there going across the top, and then that just dropped in through this area right here. So the way that I powered this all up is by using an extra cigarette outlet. So I wired that up, and then I'm gonna use this car charger, and I'm just gonna leave that inside of this outlet. And then whenever the truck turns on, this outlet will get power, that will give power to the car charger, and then the car charger will give power to the wireless charger. So from the power wire coming from the fuse box, that comes in, and then that's gonna attach to the power wire that's coming from the cigarette outlet. And then the negative terminal, that's gonna come around here. I had to use red wire because I didn't have any black, but that's gonna run back through here, and it's gonna connect just to the same negative post that some other things are connected to. So the car charger will be plugged in constantly to this cigarette outlet, and then you'll have the cable running from the car charger to the wireless charger, which will plug in right here, and then it'll just sit in the console at all times, and it'll turn on with the truck. And once we have everything wired up, all you have to do is put the center console back together and plug in the USB to the back of that wireless charger. So just to show you guys what that looks like, once that cable is plugged into the back of the charger and everything's wired up correctly, when you turn the key, the wireless charger will turn on, and then as soon as you turn the truck off, it'll turn back off. The other way that you can tell that it's only coming on with the truck is this car charger has a blue light that turns on, off. And all you have to do is put everything back together, and that wireless charger will be good to go. With everything put back together, we'll turn that key on, set the phone in, and there it is. Thanks a ton for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Everything that I used today, I'll link down in the video description below. That way, if you want to integrate one of these wireless chargers into your vehicle, you'll know exactly what you need to do it. And then any questions that you have, just leave them down in the comments below. We'll see you around.